Hello, English 101 students. This is a short screencast for reader response number 3. In this case, we are going to narrow our focus to analyzing and practicing the definition structure. We are doing this because the definition structure is probably the structure that we are least familiar with. So our assignment in this case is to read one of the essays below out of your textbook, or watch and read the transcript for Richard Seymour's TED Talk. More on that here in just a bit. Each of the options demonstrates the writer defining an abstract term, that is, a term that we cannot access through the five senses, through the creation of specific criteria. The writer then presents examples from his or her experience and analyzes how those examples meet his or her criteria. So this is writing in the definition structure. Again, we're focusing on this because I figure you're most likely with things like compare, contrast, problem solution, cause and effect, and even writing a process like a step-by-step instruction. We're less likely familiar with the definition structure. So 3 of your essays out of your textbook, Michael Chabon, defining manhood in his essay on pages 343 to 346, Joan Didion, 366 to 370, has a much more serious essay about defining morality. Calvin Trillin, 581 to 583, talks about how one defines family. Your last option, there is a link on the assignment itself. If you click on this, it will take you to Philip Seymour's TED Talk on defining beauty. Click on the link and it will take you here. If you aren't familiar with TED Talks, they are just amazing discussions on current topics. You can learn a lot by watching TED Talk videos. But Richard Seymour gives us a really interesting analysis of beauty. It is a 17-minute video, and the transcript is also listed below. So once you're done with whichever selection that you have selected, then for reader response 3, use complete sentences to answer these 3 short questions. So number 1, without using a dictionary or any other source, what are 3 criteria that you could use to create your own definition of the writer's topic? So you might consider the criteria that will help us recognize your topic when we see it. Question 2, what is one specific example from your experience that meets the criteria that you've specified? How does it meet your criteria? And finally, number 3, what is one specific related example from your experience that does not meet the criteria that you've specified? Why does it not meet your criteria? Be reasonable with this. Obviously, there are plenty of things that you can choose that do not meet your criteria, but try to think of something that someone might suggest, well, it could be this, but your criteria would say, no, it really isn't. So that is reader response 3. Let me know if you have any questions.